These are the new Nikon 1 cameras, a completely new system of cameras from Nikon, and as you can see, they're very compact. This is the Nikon J1 and this is the more advanced Nikon V1. They have very similar features. They both have a 10 megapixel sensor and they both have the same processors which are able to capture at full resolution an impressive 60 frames per second. Now these cameras have a number of interesting features, but first let's take a look at the key differences. As you can see on the more advanced V1, you've got a 1.4 megapixel electronic viewfinder. You've also got a better quality display on the rear. This one has a 920,000 dot resolution compared to the J1's 460,000 dot resolution. Also, as you can see here on the V1, there isn't a built-in flash. Instead, you've got a hot shoe mount, so you can attach an external flash, a speed light, or a microphone. Whereas on the J1, you have the built-in flash. Now, there are a number of optional accessories and cases that you can get, and we'll take a look at some of those in a moment. But let's just take this V1 and take a look at some of the features that it has. Now, one of those new features is the motion snapshot that you can access here. Now, what that does is take a very slow motion short video clip and an associated still JPEG, and when you play them back you get a very graceful, very smooth animated still. And then we have Smart Photo Selector. Now what this does is take a succession of 30 shots just before and just after you release the shutter. It will then whittle that down to what the camera thinks is the best 5 using a number of algorithms, such as whether the subject is blinking or smiling or in focus, for example, and then you can choose from those 5 which one you like the best and want to keep. And then you've got the photo mode. Now this camera is able to capture both RAW and JPEG images, or RAW and JPEG images at the same time. It has full manual control of all the exposure controls that you'd expect, so that's aperture and shutter speed, and there's also full manual focus. And then you've got the video mode. Now this V1 and the J1 is able to capture full HD video, that's 1080p resolution, and whilst recording video, if you press this button here, you can also capture a still, and that's silently as well, so it won't interfere with the video recording. Now these cameras are going to launch towards the end of October, and there are going to be 4 lenses available at launch. There's the 10mm pancake lens, as we can see here. Then there's the 10 to 30mm zoom. There's a 30 to 110mm telephoto lens, and finally there's the 10 to 100mm lens here that's designed for video, and it has the power zoom on the side for silent and smooth zooming when you are shooting that video. Now there's also a speed light that's going to be available, which will fit the V1 on its hot shoe mount here, and there's also the stereo microphone that we saw launched earlier this year. Over the next 3 years, Nikon says that there's going to be a series of lenses made available for this system camera and a number of other accessories. Now these are just conceptual ideas, so they might not even make it to market, but what we've got here is some kind of steady cam mount for shooting video. So as you can see, there's a lamp and a monitor that's about 50% larger than the one on the rear of the camera. And then we have this lens mounted lamp that would be great for illuminating subjects when you're shooting macro. And here are a number of other accessories. So this one, for example, could fit to a hot shoe, be used as a projector like on the PJ cameras from Nikon. This one is a joystick, not entirely sure what that would be used for. And this is a GPS adapter. And also this touchscreen device that could be used perhaps for annotating your projected images. Now the Nikon V1 is going to launch in glossy white, as we have here, and matte black, while the J1 is going to be available in a number of colours with matching coloured lenses. Now for details of the kits available and their prices, and for more details on these cameras, go to our website at which.co.uk/techdaily.